Hello again, YouTube. We're back on FreeCodeCamp doing JavaScript algos and data structures. We are in the regular expressions course on challenge 19 of 33. So in the last challenge, we learned how to match all letters and numbers, so all alphanumeric, A through Z, capital or lowercase, and 0 through 9. Now we're going to learn the opposite, how to match everything but alphanumeric, A through Z, 0 through 9, and the underscore. So if you didn't watch this last lesson, definitely check that out because I did go in depth on exactly how that's working, and I want to ensure that before we get into the rest of this, you do understand that. So please do go check out the last video, challenge 18. But yeah, we're going to move on to 19. So again, we just learned that this is an expression to match all of these characters, which is alphanumerics, right? So A through Z lowercase, and 0 through 9. We can use the \w, as in lowercase w. This is a very common thing, right? A through Z, 0 through 9, alphanumerics, including an underscore, as we talked about. Usernames, these kind of things, emails generally have an underscore, so maybe you want to match that too with the letters and numbers. If we want to match any symbol, so not really any symbol, but just anything that's not A through Z, capital or lowercase, 0 through 9, right? So anything that's not an alphanumeric, the literal opposite, well, we can do the same thing as we learned with this expression in the square brackets. This matches all of them. If we use the caret, as we've learned in previous lessons, that matches none of them, right? It negates them, so it matches anything but those. We can also do that with the capital W shorthand. So super similar. I would prefer if they use a different letter, but I guess this makes sense, so you at least remember all of these versus none of these. But lowercase w matches all of them. Capital W matches anything but them, right? They're negated. So we can see in this example, the shorthand, \capital W, we have numbers and sentence. So numbers being 42% sign, sentence being coding exclamation mark, so two symbols. You can see that we would get a match. The first numbers example being the percent sign, because anything but alphanumerics, right? So anything but A through Z, 0 through 9, so that's the percent. And then same thing with this one, anything but, so just the exclamation is what it would match. Very simple, very near identical, but the opposite version of what we just learned in the last lesson. And as we can see here, just from looking at this challenge, it looks like they do want us to return the count again. So we're not only just going to return the match, we're going to return a number that is the length of matches, how many matches we found. So what are we trying to do? We're trying to use the shorthand capital W to count the number of non-alphanumeric characters in the various quote strings. So we can see here, the 5 boxing wizards jump quickly, period. So for this example, we should get a length of 1, because we only should get one match, which is the period, and we're setting a result to be the length. So to do this, to match just that, right, we want to match anything but alphanumeric, so \capital W. And then again, we do want to match all of them because we want the count. We don't just want the first match. So in this example, this will not work because, again, we're just grabbing the first match in this example. That works for this one, but clearly we have some other examples that it's not going to work at. So what we need to do is grab all of the matches globally and then count them, right? We want all of the matches, not just one, and then return the count. So we know the G flag tells RegEx to grab all matches globally, not just the first one, and that should be all we have to do for that. So if we, once again, console.log result, we can see result is 6 apparently. Let's cut this out. And okay, so it's counting the spaces, white spaces too. Interesting. So I didn't actually know that it would count white spaces. Anything but A through Z, 0 through 9, and an underscore. So that makes sense. A white space is not A through Z, 0 through 9, or an underscore. So naturally, we do have 5 white spaces and then a period. So that makes complete sense now why the length was 6 for this string. The more you know. See, I learned something here too. So that's all we have to do for that one, guys. Hope that helps. Helped me for sure. And I hope to see you guys in the next lesson.